Okay, in this video I want to just kind of do a little addendum to my tutorial video on LVS. Um, I've iterated with Tim Edwards, and it looks like there's not a clean way to do what I was hoping to do, which was to be able to use the SkyWater 130 nanometer setup file that they provided for doing LVS with Netgen. And so, as I mentioned over email, if we look in SkyWater Open PDKs, I think it's Sky 130, Sky 130A, libs.tech, Netgen, we'll find in there a Sky 130A underscore setup.tcl. And this file apparently sets up all the right sort of permutations of the source and drain terminals and all the right property things so that the property errors that we were seeing go away, and the some of the mismatches that might have come about in your AND gates or NAND gates as a result of source and drain terminals not being permuted in the subcircuit instances, so that those things kind of go away. So what we can do if we go to, let's see where these SPICE netlists were, it was in Documents, Inverter Tutorial Layout. Nope, see Documents, Inverter Tutorial Layout. Okay, so what we can do is we can do netgen dash batch LVS, and then we can put in the two netlist names. So we could do buffer underscore xscheme dot spice and buffer dot spice, and then we can specify the name of the setup file. So in this case it would be twiddle / SkyWater Open PDKs Sky 130 Sky 130A. I think it was libs.tech netgen, and then it was SkyWater 130A underscore setup.tcl. And if we do that, instead of the output of the command going to the Netgen console window, this comes out in the terminal. Okay. And we also have some output coming into a file called comp.out. So if we do less comp.out, we also have this output here available to us, which has a little bit more detailed information. And so what we can do, so that we don't have to type this big long path name to the setup file, is to create a little Python script. So let's see, vim. I've made a little file called lvs.py, which is a pretty short program that basically has a shebang so that we can make it executable, and then it imports OS and sys, and then it checks to make sure that you specify the name of the file, which will ultimately be just LVS, and then two additional command line arguments, which will be the names of the two netlist files. And then it does a os.system, which basically is equivalent to typing in this command at the shell prompt. So netgen-batch LVS, and then it's going to put in the two names of the command line arguments that we passed in here in these two slots, and then it has this path to the setup file hardwired in there. And then it exits. Okay, so the way that we're going to set this up is we're going to change mode UOG plus X to make it executable, lvs.py, and then we can move lvs.py to just LVS, and so now you can see LVS has turned green, indicating that it's executable. And so from here I could do /LVS buffer underscore xscheme dot spice, buffer dot spice, and it does the thing. Okay, but to make it even better, what we can do is we can do sudo move lvs to /user local bin. Put in the password, and then if I do which lvs, it finds lvs. And so now I can just do lvs buffer underscore xscheme dot spice buffer dot spice, and it runs it. So with this setup, we should be able to run LVS with this default Skywater 130 setup under .tcl file from anywhere, so we don't have to make copies of it into our local project directory, and it basically will function like a shell application. Okay, so that's the way I'm going to recommend that we go about dealing with LVS. Hopefully that will be convenient. If we need to do anything more complicated with LVS, we can of course run Netgen and interact through the Netgen console window with more complicated Netgen commands, and in that case we might want to make a local copy of that sky130 underscore setup.tcl file into our local project directory where we're doing LVS, in order to have easy access to it without having to type the long path name. But I think for everyday LVS things that we might be doing, this setup I think is going to be what I'm going to recommend. So I will send this Python script around in an email so that you don't have to type it in from the video. But that's a quick update on the LVS situation. So thanks for watching.